in my life, there really has been three pivotal things that have happened that I look back at, and I think it's really attributed to my emotional intelligence. Because when you go through adversity, you get a unique perspective about certain things. So if you don't mind, I'd love to share these three things with you. So the first one was when I was in fourth grade. I got stung by 53 bees. It was literally the last day of fourth grade. We had a fourth day picnic at a park. I swung a baseball bat. It was like a movie scene. I swung the bat. It flew out of my hand, landed under a big Douglas fir tree. I went to pick it up, and on my head was a beehive. And so
Wow.
I'm freaking out. I'm running. Kids are running away from me. I'm doing somersaults. Teachers are running away. And finally, they took big coolers and dumped them all over me and started picking bees off, you know? And
Wow.
so if I was allergic to bees, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? So that was a pivotal moment for me. Second one was when I was in seventh grade. We had moved from one terrible neighborhood to a couple towns away, and I didn't want to leave that school, right? I was in seventh grade. Like, these are my friends from, like, kindergarten up. I wanted to be at that school, so I had to take two public buses. The first bus would stop at us in front of a 7-Eleven. And so I'm at the 7-Eleven every day. I know the lady Rosa that works there. My mom's met her. We set up this whole system that she would look out for me and all that. Well, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 2 like I always did every morning.
Who was
I
your
was always
character?
Raiden.
Scorpion?
I was always Raiden. Raiden was my boy.
Raiden,
So,
okay.
yep, I was always Raiden. And so I'm literally playing Mortal Kombat 2. I hear the chimes of the door go off, and I hear someone say, "Hey, Daniel." And I didn't respond because I'm not Daniel, right? And then all of a sudden, my body gets lifted. I get shoved into the Terminator 2 pinball game. The gun of that game goes into my ribs. I get punched several times, handcuffed, and thrown in the back of a cop car. I don't even know what the heck's going on. He is literally looking at the cops and saying, "Hey, his name is not Daniel. His name is Jordan. I know his mom." And literally yelling at this thing, "Hey, you dumb bitch! Like, I don't care what you say." And um, he is a runaway, and he's being arrested. And so I'm literally telling the cops, I'm like, my name's Jordan. Like, reach into my pocket. I had my homework, luckily, that had my name on it. And that was kind of the saving grace. And when I tell you the look on his face, he looked like he saw a ghost. Like, he was like, "Hey, so we're gonna take you home." And I mean, we went through court. Like, my mom wanted to sue, and I had to go see a psychologist to see if there was any, like, PTSD.
For sure.
And I even remember this at 12. I said, "Listen, I'm okay. I know that people make mistakes. I just want this to be over." Like, that was how I was at 12. I had that awareness that, like, I didn't want to hold this grudge. Now, both of the officers got fired, like rightfully so. But that's what happened. And again, that experience, it was a false arrest. They thought it was a Hispanic runaway. For one, although my last name is Mendoza, I'm not Hispanic. My dad's from the Philippines. My mom's Irish and Chippewa Indians. But I do have a look that, if you want to profile somebody, that's probably the race that you're going to think that I am. So they made a mistake. So that was the second adversity I faced. The next one happened at 19.
Just for some levity, did you
Yeah.
continue to play Mortal Kombat 2, or did it ruin that for you?
Yeah, no, I still went and played the game every day. Yeah, there was, it didn't change anything, and again, I think that I just always kind of had that ability to flip that switch. So the third one came at 19. So I had worked for a sales organization. You're very familiar with the sales organization. We were in the Bay Area, California. We were going to open an office in New Jersey. We were driving in Wyoming. It was very early in the morning, and we're almost in 10 days. It'll be the 20th anniversary of this accident. So my buddy was driving. We had a caravan of 3 cars. He falls asleep going about 70.
Oof.
He wakes up, overcorrects himself. We slide in a Chevy King cab and flip 3 times going 70. He gets ejected, lands about 25 feet away. We couldn't find him. When the truck stops, I actually and I was sitting kind of sideways in the back. And so if you looked at how the truck landed, if I would have been sitting straight, I would have been dead. I would have been crushed. It was just crazy how it all happened. So I get out of the truck. I don't even realize I'm hurt. We're yelling for our buddy Jeremy. And then my friend Branderis is like, what's that smell? It was a very iron-like smell. And it was my leg. I reached my hand on my right leg and it went inside about a fist deep. I had another cut on my left leg. I had to have laser surgery, got rushed to the hospital. Our buddy got life flighted. I had to have 52 staples. I had to relearn how to walk.
Yes.
And that was a crazy experience, you know? And so I do a keynote on adversity because, you know, our stories really they're not for us, right? They're for other people to hear in the hopes that they would actually get inspired to maybe do something different or to look through a different lens. And I really feel like all of the things, the bee stings, the being beaten up by police for being racially profiled, you know, to being in this accident have really given me a different perspective on life, right? Like I'm super optimistic and positive because I don't even feel like I should be here. But when I literally look at it from a deeper perspective, like my mom like lived 54 years with one lung. So even though those things were hard, I don't even feel like I've faced adversity yet, if that makes sense, you know? So, and perspective, my friends, is everything.